Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called Birth of Dictionary Writer. The English language is always changing and has a long, complicated history. One person who had a big impact on the English language was Dr. Samuel Johnson. He made a special kind of book called a dictionary that helped people understand and use English better. Samuel Johnson was born on this day, 18th of September, 1709, in Staffordshire, England. He grew up in a family that didn't have a lot of money. Even though he faced difficulties, he loved to read and was very smart. He went to a school called King Edward VI School in Lichfield, where he got even better at using language and learning about literature. Later, he went to a college called Pembroke College in Oxford, but he had money problems, so he had to leave in 1729 without finishing his studies. Even though he didn't have a formal degree, he was really curious and kept learning. He became one of the most respected writers in English history. Dr. Johnson's most famous work is his dictionary, which he finished in 1755. It was a huge job that took almost 10 years, but it was worth it. His dictionary was different from others because it was very thorough and smart. He wrote down and explained more than 40,000 words, telling where they came from and how they were used. He also added interesting comments, which made the dictionary not just a boring book. His dictionary didn't only organize English words, but it also helped make them used in a standard way. This means it gave everyone a common way to talk and understand each other when speaking or writing in English. People, especially scholars and writers, admired him a lot for this work. But Dr. Johnson did more than just the dictionary. He wrote a lot of essays, like The Rambler and The Idler, which showed how clever and wise he was. He talked about many different things, from everyday life to big ideas. His writings let us see how smart he was. He also wrote about other writers in his book, Lives of the Poets. He told their life stories and talked about their work. This helped people learn more about these poets and made Johnson an important figure in studying English literature. In the end, Dr. Samuel Johnson made a big impact on the English language and literature. His influence is still felt today, as we use English and appreciate words because of his hard work and love for learning. He left a big mark on the world of books and the way we talk and write in English. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more! If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.